Dessert looks playful, but it is precise. Sugar, fat, eggs, and heat do not improvise. They react. Dessert succeeds when those reactions are controlled rather than rushed. Sugar does more than taste good. It absorbs water, delays protein tightening, and controls texture. Remove sugar and desserts lose tenderness long before they lose sweetness. Fat coats proteins and starches, preventing them from bonding too tightly. This interference is what makes cakes tender and cookies short rather than tough. Eggs bind, emulsify, foam, and set. Yolks add richness and control moisture. Whites trap air and create lift. The ratio decides whether dessert is custard or cake. Flour provides structure, but too much turns dessert into bread. The best desserts use flour sparingly and let fat and sugar do most of the work. Desserts avoid gluten development intentionally. Mixing gently prevents elasticity and preserves softness. Overworking batter builds chew where none is wanted. Air creates volume without weight. Whipped eggs, creamed butter, and chemical leaveners all exist to trap air long enough for heat to lock it in. Beating sugar into butter cuts tiny air pockets into fat. These pockets expand during baking, creating fine crumb and even rise. Baking powder and soda create gas when activated by heat or acid. Their timing determines whether dessert lifts evenly or collapses. Acid brightens flavor and weakens protein bonds. In balance, it creates tenderness. In excess, it destroys structure. Dessert batter is fluid until heat forces proteins to coagulate and starches to gelatinize. Once set, structure becomes permanent. Desserts continue to cook after removal from heat. Residual energy finishes setting interiors while surfaces stabilize. Too much moisture creates gumminess. Too little creates dryness. Dessert texture lives in the narrow space between. Custards rely on gentle heat to thicken eggs without curdling. Temperature control decides silk or scramble. Proper chocolate texture depends on stable crystal formation. Pour control creates bloom, snap loss, and dull flavor. Chocolate scorches easily because its solids burn before its fats melt. Gentle heat preserves flavor and texture. As sugar heats, water evaporates and concentration rises. Each stage produces different behavior, from softness to brittleness. Caramelization creates complex bitterness and sweetness simultaneously. It is irreversible and demands precision. Smooth ice cream depends on tiny ice crystals. Slow freezing creates rough texture. Speed creates luxury. Fat interferes with ice crystal growth, keeping frozen desserts creamy instead of icy. Alcohol lowers freezing point, creating scoopable texture. Too much prevents setting entirely.